In 2005, approximately 5.1 million U.S. students were English language learners. So for every 100 students, there were over 10 students who did not fully understand the English language. The numbers have only increased over the past 5 years, making this an even bigger issue to address in schools. It is up to today's teachers to find ways in which we can support English language learners in our classrooms. One very simple support that teachers can provide is the use of pictures. Pictures are a universal language. Anyone, no matter their language, can read a picture. Take a look at this picture from earlier in this digital story. I provided only the words, but now, with the use of a picture to further support it, anyone could gain an understanding of what it says. The use of pictures can be powerful in a classroom to introduce new ideas or topics. Instead of asking questions about what children know, you should show them a picture, or give them hands-on activities first. These visual stimuli will help all students get their minds connecting to previous knowledge, making discussions more successful afterwards. Another way to use pictures and objects is to label them around the room. If there are photographs, posters, or objects such as bookshelves, doors, and windows, they should all be labeled. Classroom rules should also be visual to give all students the chance to do their best. This consistent exposure to something they know and the word that we use for it will help their language base grow. When you have English language learners in your classroom, it is very important that they have opportunities to engage and interact with others through conversation. Putting students in small groups is great because they hear more language that is directed towards them and have more opportunities to speak up. In guided reading groups, a great strategy is to give English language learners only the photographs from books and allow them to create their own meanings in text. The photographs will stimulate language and previous knowledge to help them create a story using language patterns that they are comfortable with. Giving English language learners partners to work with lowers their level of stress while still increasing their responsibility to be a good partner too. Using cooperative groups is very effective because the teacher is not always present, giving students the chance to work together to problem solve. However, the groups must be structured so that the English-speaking students are not doing all the work. Each member should be assigned a role. Jigsaw grouping is one of my favorites. You begin by splitting your class up into groups of equal numbers. Then, those groups read or research about a certain topic. After they have finished, every group splits up and creates new groups with only one person from each research group. Now, all members of the new group have the responsibility of relaying the information their group had discovered. This holds each student accountable for listening in their research group and then telling about their findings in the new group. After a guided reading lesson or a read aloud, students are paired up. One is the teller and the other is the illustrator. The objective of this game is simple. The teller describes a picture from the book and the illustrator draws it. However, the illustrator can only draw exactly what is told by the teller. This encourages the teller to be very detailed and evokes explicit language. Also, the illustrator needs to use their listening skills to make an accurate drawing. In the end, the drawn picture is compared to the one from the story so they can check their language and listening skills.